Everybody has been asking, what do I need to get a building permit in Uganda? But first and foremost, you're going to need land, because you're not going to build on Lake Victoria, you're not going to build on River Nile, and certainly you're not going to build in the sky. So you're going to need land. You're going to buy land. When you buy land, the next step is going to be, you're going to make sure you get proof that the land belongs to you. Proof that the land belongs to you, not your mother, certainly not your father. Proof that the land belongs to you could be a land title. I don't know if you know how a land title looks like. I'm sure you know, but I'll show you one. This is a land title. This is what a land title looks like. So if somebody tells you, I'm going to give you land, it's going to be titled, you should have a copy of this. If the land isn't titled, because some land can't be titled, it's going to have an agreement. That agreement is also proof that the land belongs to you. So that is also proof. So when you finish getting your land and having proof that it's yours, you're going to contact an architect. Yeah. I don't know why I'm having issues with pronouncing that word. Architect. That one. You're going to need one. You're going to need one. Personally, I had around four. So I called them and I was like, okay, we need to do this. At what is the price? What do you need? And I got quotations ranging from 18M. Somebody said 18M. I fainted. I swear, I'm going to show you screenshots. Somebody said 18M. Then the other person said 6. Somebody said 5. Somebody said 5. Actually 2 of them said 5. But then we got somebody who did it at around 2.5. Yes, 2.5. So every time you think about doing something, make sure you consult different service providers. Don't pay for the first time. You call somebody and then they go like 5M and you pay. No. Do your research. Find out who did other people use? How much did they charge them? Is that fair? Is that within your budget? Because honestly, 18M was way too much. Sindaba naguda sino tracker ya mainja. Oyagala nko million 18. Ongulize simanyi onkubye plan. It was really not going to work. And by the way, when your architect comes, he's going to take measurements of your whole plot, not the written ones. He's going to have his own that. So they're going to take measurements of your plot from point this to point that, and he's going to note down everything. So that's what he did. He came, took measurements of the plot, saw the shape of the plot, because some plots are square, rectangular, some have a very sharp triangle in them, like the one we are talking about. So he did all that. Then he showed us the sketch of the plan he had come up with, because we had already told him we want to build a flat. So obviously he came with the floor plan and then the first floor. So I immediately changed something there and then. Before we could even leave the site, I was already changing things. So we paid him and he went. My husband gave him a deposit of just 500. So he was like, during the course of the week, I might be able to send you something. So my husband was like, okay, that will be okay. Now he goes and does his thing and ngatuweereza ki plan what's up. When he sent the plan, it looked good. It really looked good. The outside bit, I'll show you a photo here. So it looked really good. But then I am so particular about the house I stay in. Very, very particular. I don't think I would hire an interior designer. I feel like it's something I can do and execute very well. So my husband looked at it and was like, okay, this is very fine. I think it's going to work. You can print. I was like, no, please, Neda, wait. I don't like it. I told my husband I don't like the whole upper floor. It's just very disorganized. First of all, he had put just one bathroom, as in the kids' bedrooms. 2 of them were supposed to share one bathroom. I was like, no, let everybody have a bathroom in their bedroom. So obviously that had to change. Then I was like, I don't like how from the stairs you come directly to my bedroom door. I need privacy, but also I don't want the first place to be my bedroom. I want the first place to be the walk-in closet, the walk-through closet. I want I or anybody to go through the closet and then turn and enter into my bedroom. So we had to change that also. So we went through that back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Wanatereza. At a certain point, I had changed up and the whole down had to be put down because it wasn't working. It wasn't balancing. But then we always got a neutral ground. I'm glad he always listened. He was okay with adjusting. And what was my husband doing all alone? Alinda chimu mugambe nti sasula kati ba approving. Sasula kati bateko stamp, it's okay. So he basically let me do the whole floor plan, this and this and this. I don't like this window, I don't like this one, I don't want. He let me handle all that. And it's something I thank God for, because really I feel like I have a very good taste when it comes to that. So I think after around a week and a half we were okay. I was convinced, I was satisfied. I told him it's okay, print that. So he printed, and yesterday we got the plans. So when your architect comes, he's going to give you plans depending on what you're building. If you're building a bungalow, I'm told you need 2. I'm not really sure, I swear. But the other architects told me you need 2. But if you're building a flat, you need 5. You need 5 drawings, and these are that. These are that. Let me show you. He gave me this book. I don't know if you can see the image, but that's the house we are trying to come up with. This book. This book is required by the council. Whatever is here is so technical, I swear I don't understand a thing. There are a lot of calculations, as you can see, and I was told when you take this, Tebaka could disaster. So he'll give you this. Mine gave me this. It's called structural design calculations. Then you have the project, then you have everything. Then he'll give you these. These are the plans. So the plans are these big papers. They are in blue. They are in blue, and yeah, they look like this. This one is what is this? I don't know. I think this is mechanical or engineering, anything. I don't understand because I'm not an architect, honestly. Then this is one drawing. This is the second one. This is the second. I think this is a plan, a floor plan itself. These are the plans, I think. So he'll give you these. It looks like this. It has, I think, the first floor and the... Oh, no, these are the electricals. These are the electrical drawings, electrical. So this is mechanical, this is electrical. All this, so architect has to give you, because without this, you're not going to get a building permit. I swear. Then he gave me these. Then we have these. I don't know what these are, honestly. I don't even know, but he gave me these also. This is power supply distribution single line diagram. Okay, those are 3. Then he gave me these. I think these are forms to take to the district. These are forms for us to fill, and we have this one also. Well, there are many. I didn't even know. I knew, but there are very many. This is something else. He will give you all this. This, as you can see, this has some sort of a blueprint of the house we are trying to come up with. This is the proposed building. This looks like the upper floor. No, lower floor. Then so basically he gave me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're supposed to be 4, but I think 1 is just a copy of the other one. So they're supposed to be 4, but you need a surveyor. You need a surveyor's report, and he did not give us that. So I was told we need a surveyor, and the surveyor asked for 500k. So in my next video concerning this whole thing, we shall be with a surveyor. I'll show you what the surveyor does, because it has to come at the site. Then I will show you what he gives me after he has given it to me. That should be in around 2 weeks. Then when you get the surveyor's report and put it on this, you will need an LC letter. So you go to your LC, they give you a letter. Once you have that, you can then proceed and go to the district. In this case, we are going to use Wakiso. The district is very near where I stay. So I'll go to the district and I'll take my plans for approval. But I was told you need around 1.2, 1.5, because you have to pay a certain fee, and that fee is derived from how many square meters is your house. Ours in this case was around, okay, I'm forgetting, but from our plan we have to pay around 550 something for that. Then you have the fees for the planning board, that's around 300. Then there is their own transport, which is also around 300. There's some other fees which are small like this. So in total they make around 1.2. I'm not going to give you things I'm not sure of. So once I go there, I'll be telling you what I paid for, how I paid for it, and we are going to move this journey together. Bamikwano tugenda kuzimba aba babiri mukiwulidde ekyo. Yeah, so basically that's what you're going to need for the start. You're going to need land. You're going to need proof of ownership of the land. You're going to need an architect. You're going to have to know what you want. Is it a bungalow? Is it a flat? How many floors does it have? how big is it supposed to be. Your architect is going to ask you all that. You need a surveyor's report. The architect is going to give you some few drawings. He'll give you a mechanical, he'll give you an electrical, he'll give you the round 4. Then you add the surveyor's report, and that will be it. You'll need your LC later. Then you'll go to your district. So that is where we are right now. I'm going to, in my next update, I'll be showing you what the surveyor did, what he has given me, and yeah, bye. Thank you for watching, and yeah, so far that's it.